Hello, and welcome to Silicon Valley Girls. Are now using Zoom like the rest of the world. I'm Gloria.
And I'm Rosetta. And thank you everyone so much for joining us on this week's chat. And as Gloria said, we're back on Zoom, considering that we're not allowed to see each other and we're still shelter at home. And today we are drinking, well, as we're not in the same place, we're going to be doing our tea reviews separately. But before I forget, everyone, if you're watching, go ahead if you like our chats to hit the thumbs up button to show us that you like our videos, and also subscribe and hit the bell notification so that you don't miss any of our chats. All right, so what are you drinking today, Gloria?
I am drinking mint melody tea. I love the flavor of mint and lemon, citrusy. I like very citrusy items. The ingredients are peppermint leaves, spearmint leaves, rose hip, lemon peel, and hibiscus. I like that. Not a lot of stuff. So I'm going to open and start sipping, and you can tell us what you're drinking.
Yes, well, I'm drinking something that we've had before, but I love it so much and I keep buying it. It is from Whole Foods. If you can see right here, it's Whole Foods
Yes.
and it is organic ginger turmeric herbal tea. And this one is caffeine free. What I noticed was not all of the teas that are from Whole Foods Organic are caffeine free. So you must read in the little box here, it says caffeine free, because I made the mistake and just purchased one not too long ago, and that had caffeine in it. Not that I'm opposed to caffeine, but I thought they were all caffeine free. So this is just a quick tip. And the ingredients here are, let's see what they are. They are ginger, turmeric, licorice, orange peel, orange oil, and black pepper. So this is organic, and I love it because the longer you steep it, and as it starts to get a bit colder, the licorice flavor comes out. So I love it. So that's
Nice.
what we have. There you go.
Nice. So today we are going to, while the world is focused almost constantly on Corona and COVID-19, Rosetta and I want to give you more information and not in a doom, gloom type of approach. We want to share different little things that we've learned with you today. We want to bring a little levity. So we're going to talk a little bit, laugh a little bit, and just have a lot of fun. So I'm sure by now you have all heard that the Olympics have been postponed for a year. Some athletes were okay, I'm just one individual, this too shall pass, and others were devastated. And I wondered, Rosetta, maybe the ones that were devastated, do you think it was because they're older and they might not qualify next year? You think that's why they didn't just say, oh, forget it, let's move on?
Well, I think that could be partly to do with it, but then I also think it's also got to do with they've been like practicing and they've been just trying so hard to gear up for this. And when you have this anticipation, it's like a birthday party. You anticipate, or you're getting married, like a wedding, you anticipate for
Yes.
time to come. And even though it was postponed for a year, it's not canceled, it's still devastating because people have been like just working out and just gearing their body up to this. And a year is a long time to postpone it. So I'm just thinking, yes, you're right in saying that some of them are at that age where they may not want to go for the next round next year when it's postponed till, but some are just like devastated because they've been practicing so hard for it, gearing themselves up for it. And
Yes.
it's the initial letdown, I think, the shock, even though we know that this
Yes.
is something that has to happen for the sake of everyone and the betterment of everyone's health. It's just devastating. So that's what I think. It's in twofold. It's devastating, and also there are people that may not want to do it next year because they're too old.
Right. I noticed one young lady, I didn't catch her name, but she had this huge bag of candy and she poured it out, and she says, well, I guess I can go all in now, because I'm sure they are on very strict eating regimens and things like that. So you hang in there, and we will all be with you next year, and we look forward to seeing your talents.
Yes, we do. Look forward to seeing that.
Now, yes, Jerry Falwell Jr., he is in charge of Liberty University, just sent a message out that he is going to allow all of the students back on campus that want to come back. They're going to try and do things to, adhere to the CDC regulations, distancing and things like that. One of his teachers got a little bit ahead and said, wait a minute, we're supposed to shelter. This isn't a good thing. I don't know if I had a child, and I don't think I'd let my kid go back to school, because they also only have, if someone did test positive with the virus, they only have 6 rooms that they could, isolate them in. And my understanding, I mean, at least from the pictures I saw, this campus is huge, like thousands of students. So I don't know about you, but I'd say, no, baby, we're going to stay home, and you can do your classes online. What about you?
Yes, I have the same feeling as you. I did see pictures of the campus, and it is very, very large. And I would not want my child to be out there getting the risk. There's risk, right? Because you don't know where these students are going to be touching, where they're going to be. And again, they did say they have an empty hotel off campus, but that can only house 6 people if people get infected with this virus. So I'm with you. I would not let my child go
Absolutely.
back. They're safer at home. And I guess he's not mandating it. I think I'm not sure. I don't remember. Do you remember, Gloria, if he's mandating that, or if it's like an option, you can go back?
I think it's an option. I think it's an option because he said that they are going to continue to do online classes. So I think it's an option.
Well, that's good. So
So
if it's an option, then I would definitely not want my child to go back.
yes, I agree. So as I shared, we're going to do a little levity. So I'm going to kick it off, and then after this, Rosetta's going to share some jokes with us. So a lot of people don't realize when you use Zoom and Skype, people can see and hear you. So as a lot of adults are getting into sheltering at home and things like that, I guess our young kids are already attuned to the fact that when they are doing Skype and Zoom, that people will go to the bathroom, and they take their device with them to the bathroom, and they just kind of giggle. And so some of the parents who are now working with their children are at home, and they're like, oh my God. Because as a parent, you're like, no, don't do that. Mute it, put a piece of tape off, do something. And it is really, really funny that people don't think I can be seen, I can be heard. So Rosetta was also sharing with me that there is a video of a lady that was, she's not a child, but she was still using the new online connectivity, and she kind of got caught.
Yes, I'm trying to find this video, and for some reason I can't find it. I'm annoyed. I want to try and find it and post it, but there was a lot of people on this Zoom call, and she was one of the people listening in, and she was carrying her phone around and doing some things, and she was caught doing something that was not what you should be doing on camera, and one of the other members that was joining the Zoom just had to stop a minute and say, excuse me, I got to stop a minute. And they were laughing. And there was one, actually, it wasn't all women. There was one guy that he goes, I did not see anything. So
how cute.
Yes. So that's a lesson to learn. If you're using Zoom and you're not familiar with it, everyone can see what you're doing unless you turn off that video capability. They will see everything you're doing. Yes. So that's
Wow.
just an etiquette. And also,
So, yes.
all right, go ahead, Gloria.
I'm I'm just waiting to hear a joke. I'm waiting for
Oh,
my
you're
first
waiting for
joke of
me?
the day from you.
No, you're waiting for me to tell you a joke. Yes, I wanted to tell you a joke because I have many and I want to
Yes.
get something light-hearted and not so serious. So I have some jokes here. So why did the turkey cross the road twice? I'm asking you, Gloria, why did the turkey cross the road twice?
The turkey crossed the road twice. Huh. I don't know. Why?
He crossed the road twice to prove he wasn't a chicken.
I love that. I love that. You have another one for us? That
Yes,
was
I do.
cute.
Why did the golfer wear 2 pairs of pants?
Okay, you stumped me again. Why?
The golfer wore 2 pairs of pants just in case he got a hole in one.
Oh my God.
Wasn't that
I
funny?
love that. Yes, I love funny. It's nice to laugh. There's so much heaviness around. Thank you for sharing those jokes. We'll have to come back and get some more a little bit later.
Yes.
One of the things I've been thinking about, here in California, we are under the shelter in home. And one of my favorite stores on the planet sent out a message yesterday on the bottom of Good Morning America. They didn't really talk about it. They just, the little ticker tape. And it said, Bed Bath and Beyond stores in California closing. So I don't know if it's, just due to the virus, if they're going to come back. However, I started thinking, I have gift cards that family members have given me to Bed Bath and Beyond. What happens if they don't come back? Have you, thought about, like, there are others sad if they didn't come back?
Yeah, because I've been hearing that a lot of people have been saying a way to support the small businesses like restaurants is to go and purchase a gift certificate. And like in your case,
Yeah,
what happens if you purchase when they're open, but due to this downturn, they have to close? And by the time we all get back to normalcy and everything reopens, they're no longer in business. What do we do with the gift card?
right,
So
right.
I don't know. I mean, I guess we'll just have to consider that as just a donation that we gave. That's what I'm thinking. Because what can they do, right? Because if they're, especially a small business, like a mom and pop business or a restaurant, what can we do, right? I mean, we're not going to ask for the
Right,
money back. So for that, but I don't know, as a big
right.
store like Bed Bath and Beyond, they may say something. If it's closed forever, I'm sure they're going to say something nationally as to what we can do with any gift certificates that we have.
Right. Okay, well, that sounds very, very good. Um, I also wanted to make sure people are aware during this, particular time, they can reach out to their financial, the if they have a mortgage or the renter, they can reach out to the landlord, the mortgage owners, credit card companies. They can reach out to see if they're doing any special deferments of payments without penalties and without wrecking your credit limit and our credit scores. People work very, very hard to establish good credit. And now that some people are out of work, they're wondering, well, what do I do? And the Today Show had a financial person on this morning, and she was talking about nothing ventured, nothing gained. So just ask. You might be surprised because I'm not 100%, but I think one of my friends said that Bank of America is doing a 90-day deferment of mortgage payments. And I was like, wow, if that's really true. And so that got me to thinking, because we're all trying to do the right thing and keep life as much as normal as possible. So I wanted to share that.
Yeah, that's a good thing. Thank you, Gloria, for mentioning that because, as I say, if you don't ask, the answer is always no, especially if you can't pay your rent. I was watching Good Morning America, and there are a lot of apartment complexes, and the owners are actually allowing them to make payments, installments, or defer 50% of their rent that's due if they can't pay it for March or April or May. So always ask. That's a good thing because you never know what kind of, you know, procedure or process they already have in place so that you're not on
Right,
you have a financial strain.
right. Okay, it's joke time.
Joke time. Okay, another joke. Okay. What do you
Yes,
call what do you call a boomerang that won't come back?
a boomerang that won't come back. Okay, uh, a stick. I don't know.
Yes, you got it.
I got it.
Yes.
I was sitting here and thinking about movies that I've seen boomerangs, and I'm like, okay, it's just a stick.
Okay,
Okay,
another one. It says
all right.
a ham sandwich walks into a bar and orders a beer. Bartender says, "Sorry, we don't serve food here."
Okay, that's precious.
You get
the
that
ham
one?
sandwich, the ham sandwich should have run at that point.
Another joke, real quick. How do you keep a bagel from getting away?
Bagel from getting away. Okay, you got me there.
Put locks on it.
I love it.
Yay!
Oh my God,
I
that
have
is too
more, but
cute.
yay! So I
Yay.
hope people watching out there learn some new jokes.
Yes, I love that. I love that. Um, let's see. The next thing I thought we would talk a little bit about is I don't know about where everyone's at. We have national parks in California. So last weekend the weather was kind of nice. And we're in a shelter at home. And if you're out, for you to be responsible and stay 6 feet away from the closest person. So yesterday, after the weekend, of course, so bright and early Monday, they started showing pictures of people in parks in New York and California, two of the states with the highest confirmed accounts of the virus. And people were walking shoulder to shoulder. There were parents with their kids. The kids are jumping around and screaming. And I know you want to get your child out of the house. However, you know, you still have to be conscious of that 6 feet of distance. Did you happen to see any of that, Rosetta?
Well, I didn't go to any of the parks. I did do some walking around town. And you know what I did notice was that people were very, very nice. I mean, everyone I came across, I'd say hello, they would say hello. Usually, when it was business as usual prior to all this COVID epidemic,
Right,
people were not as friendly. And I'm
right.
and I realize that now they're all so friendly. And even though there's not a lot of people out there, I did see when I was walking around town. I live in Campbell, and we were walking, and everyone was doing the social distancing, which was good. I had not been to a park yet, and I've heard that they are going to shut down the parking lots for the parks because there's just too many
Yes,
people. And what does it mean for other people when they say social distancing? Well, obviously, to me and
yes,
Gloria, it means socially distancing. But to other
yes.
people,
Indeed.
obviously, that doesn't mean anything. It means I can still get out there and we're in the open air, so it doesn't matter.
Yes, you're right. And I think that we have to we have to work together. You know, this situation, yes, we know we will get past this. However, we have to work together. We have to become a team. a friend of mine said something, and she just, I mean, it floored me because I hadn't thought about it like that. And she said, you know, you would have thought after the HIV pandemic that people would have learned, and they would know that when situations arrive, we have to work together to resolve it. And you know, like the hoarding that's going on in California, she said people have to know that without each other we will fail. So we have to collaborate, we have to work together, because together we are strong, and divided individually we're not strong.
Very, very true. Well said. And everybody working together means when they say shelter at home, we mean shelter at home, because the only way that the cases of the virus is going to stop spreading is through people actually making this or taking it very, very seriously. And I have been watching on TV that it's not just people with compromised immune systems or suppressed immune systems, or that means people with underlying health issues. It's also young millennials now that are getting sick. And I did see a video of one
Yes.
millennial who was very sick and she could barely talk. She was coughing half the whole time through, barely able to speak. So working together means doing your part to try and help this coronavirus to actually stop spreading and getting more cases.
Yes. And I was very saddened to hear that Greta, she has been doing everything in her power to talk about global warming and how to protect and nurture the planet. And, you know, she has tested positive with the virus. And one of the things I found very interesting is I think they're trying to talk more about the different age groups so that people will realize, because initially they thought it was just, you know, seniors, 65 and above, pre-existing conditions. So young people were like, well, I don't have any of that. I'm young, I'm good. And they need to realize that they're way more, they have to be way more responsible, because they could give it to their parents, their grandparents, their siblings. I mean, they can just, you know, proliferate all over the place. I saw an article, I can't remember which news show I was watching. It's a whole family, and the family, you know, they have it, and people within the family were dying, and they weren't even able to go and be with each other because they're sequestered home. So when I hear things like the governor of Texas say that he believes that grandparents would want their, you know, are willing to give up their life so that the economy can rebound faster, and saving it for their grandchildren. If my grandparents were still alive, I would be like, nope, nope. I will walk through fire to protect and to save them, because grandparents are the core of the family. And I just don't think that people realize how valuable family is. So Rosetta and I want you to love each other and be cognizant of your action,
And
because,
yes.
go ahead.
Oh, I was just going to mention one other thing that, yes, when you're younger, you will spread it to other people. It's not just you. However, you have to remember that once you get the coronavirus, you're going to have like long lasting damage done to your lungs. So that's the thing. I mean, it's not just you get the coronavirus and you over and stuff. There's going to be damage done to your insides, your internal insides, which may not be reversible, because this is a different strain of virus that nobody has ever come across. It's that they call it novel, new, and it's affecting the respiratory tract and the linings of the lungs. And you may be over it, but it's going to scar you for life.
Yes. I also, I didn't know this, so I wanted to make sure that we share it. Um, some of the symptoms, like, you know, we are thinking it's a cold, etc. they say that you lose sense of smell and taste. And I didn't know that those were symptoms. So I wanted to bring that up too.
Yes, I didn't know that either. Now you tell me, I did not know that. Good to know.
Yes. So while the president is saying, the target is for us all to go back to our regular life by Easter and get America back on target, that can only happen if we shelter in place and do the things that we have to do to make it safe for us to go back to our lives. I don't think our perception of normal will ever be again after this. I mean, I think things will get better. I just think that this is one of those life-changing moments.
Yes, I think so as well. And for him to say go back to normalcy in Easter, we just got a big mass voicemail from the Campbell Union High School District saying that school will be closed until May the 1st now. So that's already
Wow.
past Easter. So there's no way that life can go back to normalcy. And our president is just, it's not realistic, not practical. It's
Yeah.
going to get worse before it gets better. That's what everyone is saying. We haven't even seen the worst of it yet. And we're catching up to where Italy was. Because if you see a graph
Yes.
of all the countries, Italy is actually flatlining, kind of. And America is just on the tip of it, is going up and keep going up. So we still have not seen the worst of it yet.
That's true. And I was talking to my friend this morning who lives in Italy. And, I had shared with her, I was finally able to, get into a store and, buy some vegetables. And we don't have frozen and fresh. So I was able to buy canned. And she's like, why would you buy canned vegetables? And I'm like, because, we don't have access to a lot of frozen vegetables or fresh, especially fresh right now. And she shared with me, now Italy is supposedly very environmentally like California. The lay of the land is like California. The combinations of the citizens is like California. They never lost the ability to go to the grocery store and buy fresh and frozen vegetables. Their shelves have never been empty. They are fully stocked as they were before, as they are today. And I told her, I said, I'm going to make sure we share that today because that's not our experience here in California. And, she said to me, well, what do you think is causing this? And I'm like, I don't know. And she goes, could it be greed? Could it be that somebody has warehouses of food and they're just kind of hoarding it to raise the price? And I'm like, I hope not. I pray not, because we have families that need that food. So, if you know of places where food is easily, readily accessible, please put that down below so that we can share it with the people who check out our video.
Yes, that's great to say. And I'll be the first one to kick it off. I live in Campbell, and the Trader Joe's in Campbell is doing a fantastic job. I give it up for that location because they are fully stocked. They had eggs. There was a lot of eggs. Now they are limiting 2 per item, but they're stocked. They have very few people in there. They're only allowing like 35 customers to go in. It's 1 in, 1 out. So you can only go in if 1 person comes out. So, and they have by the cash register, they do have a square blocked off every 6 feet so that people know where to stand. So if you want to go somewhere that's nice and well organized, Trader Joe's in Campbell.
I love that. And I tell you, I love the squares. I'm not happy about what caused the squares. However, I love that they are isolating people apart, because sometimes I feel like people are almost in my cart. It's like, can you back up a little bit? Just a little bit. Oh my God. Well, once again, Rosetta and I are so grateful that you are allowing us to share our experiences with you.
Yes, thank you so much. And we love it that we can have this technology called Zoom and be able to still do our chats without any disruption. And before we go, I'm going to say a quick joke to get you on a laughing note. So a man goes to his doctor and says, "Doc, help me. I'm addicted to Twitter." And the doctor replies, "Sorry, I don't follow you."
Ah, ah, I love it. Oh, we're going to have to continue our jokes going forward. I love it.
Yes, I hope now that you've got some, not everything is doom and gloom. Bring some happiness and laughter into your life. And just want to say thank you so much, everyone, for watching our chats. We really appreciate it. Hit the thumbs up if you like it, subscribe, and hit the bell notification so you don't miss any of our chats. And thank you again for tuning in. Stay safe, everyone, and be positive. And
Yes.
remember to always
Always keep smiling.
take care now. Bye-bye, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.